Hello everyone. Well, you know what? After the argument last night with Marcello and Sarah, I thought, let me go back to the live stream video and see if I can find it, have a check of it, because the live stream that night was so long, it's the 5-hour one. Sometimes it's difficult to check everything. So I did that, and what I thought I'd do today is just bring you the unedited version, because they cut it down a lot for the show. And there's quite a lot of interesting stuff in here. Now the only problem is, I don't know if this video is going to stay up. I'm going to have to commentate kind of over it with my mug on the screen, sorry guys, so that it actually stays up. But it's interesting to see, and it ends in a really weird way, and it gets weirder, and he goes on and on and on. I know a lot of you were labelling him like aggressive and saying, you know, he does come across as aggressive despite not wanting to. It's not good behaviour. He shouldn't behave towards anyone like this. So let's have a look at it together and see what we think. We join the argument on the live stream just as they're kind of talking about Martha being an influencer, and Marcello just basically hijacks the conversation. Have a look with me.
He'll back, I'm sure you'll agree with me. Do you think Martha was an influencer with 10k followers?
Tom is the fountain of wisdom.
That's what I'm trying to clear up.
I'm allowed to use the term. I thought we were in a conversation. I thought you completely hijacked the conversation. You take it completely off track.
It's not fair to describe her as someone who's come on here trying to push her personality. I don't think she was trying to do that as an influencer.
We haven't said we
were. He is interrupting the conversation.
Character, right?
You interrupted us halfway through.
Exactly. She's right. You did.
I've got time to talk about. I'm not hijacking. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. I've jumped in the conversation. That's fine. It doesn't have to be a negative thing.
You're lecturing me, Mark.
But I think
he is lecturing her.
And missed what we were
saying.
saying.
I heard you say she was playing a character, right?
No,
you're not. No.
Martha is a
I believe, and she was pushing her personality from TikTok. That's what your words.
That's what she said to Ali. I'm repeating her own words.
I've said that in the conversation.
That's what she said to Ali. I'm repeating her own words. Yes.
Ali, Martha came to you and said she's come on here to push her personality on TikTok.
Martha said to Ali.
Why did he interrupt?
Okay, can you let me talk though?
Yeah, I'm letting you talk.
Martha said to Ali, sometimes she acts because she pushes her personality. That's what she's put on TikTok. She feels like she has to match that.
When you have personality that you present to the world, sometimes
The sound is really annoying because other people's mics are too high.
Yeah. So sometimes you push that energy to match. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm backing Martha, by the way.
We're all backing Martha. We're all on Team Martha.
I think you've misunderstood the conversation.
I'm just saying.
Well said, Ali.
Martha's not an influencer. That's what I'm saying. I'm allowed to have an opinion as well in the conversation. It's not a deep thing. I'm jumping in the conversation. We have all the time in the world. I'm jumping in.
You can have whatever opinion you like, absolutely. And you're probably right. You probably know more about social media than me or anyone else in the room. But I think if you are going to have an opinion in a conversation, make sure you've heard what the other people are saying first, so you don't misunderstand.
Or we're on Big Brother and I'll
Exactly.
just jump in when I like, because we've got all the time in the world, and you can clear me up, because we have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
Fine. So I'm just jumping in. I'm clearing up for you that, in my opinion, and you can shut me down. You can argue. We've got till probably about 2 hours to argue this, until tomorrow and the next day. No, but I'm not arguing with you. Stop thinking I'm arguing with you.
But you just said we've got 2 hours to argue.
No, every time
you just said that.
Argue as in debate. Every time I talk with you, you think I'm arguing. Please stop that. I'm just jumping in the conversation because I'm bored. I've got nothing to do. I'm jumping in the conversation. And I'm passionate about Martha.
Okay.
I like Martha, and I don't think you're presenting her in a fair way. That's what my thing is.
We don't have presenting her because we were defending Martha.
Okay.
He's basically admitted he's just come into this conversation to fight.
Nathan's not.
I think
Nathan's the only one who does.
Personally, I think she was. All the things you've said, I've not said it out loud so far tonight, but I believe it. I think like the whole thing.
We're trying to defend Martha against Nathan, so you don't have to. We're actually on Team Martha.
It doesn't matter. Let's all just talk and not make it a deep thing like, oh, I can't speak now.
Because she's just
Sarah's, I feel Sarah's frustration here.
Because you said
you hijacked the conversation. Yeah, I hijacked it. So what?
No, because
so what? Sometimes I hijacked it. I don't hijack it. Today I hijacked it.
You're not letting them get a word in.
But
Today I'm doing it.
I feel for Sarah. I feel for Sarah.
You go to the diary.
Every time I talk to you,
Marcello.
Nathan,
Don't touch her.
I'm smiling. I'm not upset. I'm fine. Okay,
anyone else speaks, you have a conversation. Through personal space to the diary room.
Can I just say, March is not going to listen. No, can I just say, because March is not going to listen.
Why is he in her face like that?
Conversation if we want to.
Guys,
I'm not getting upset.
March is not going to listen, so just listen to me. I think it's just funny that I used the word influencer and got jumped on my throat. It's just the word that I use. When March says argue, I said argue. I mean like debate. But when I use the word different connotations, I get confused in that word.
I don't want to argue with any of you.
Fair point.
to argue a point. That's what I'm saying.
But Marchie,
we're arguing a point.
Marchie, I'm laughing at the fact that you use a word and you say, well, I mean another word, but when I use the word influencer and I use it as a connotation for any on social media, you jump down my throat for using that word. But when you use the word argument...
What are we doing here? I'm saying...
See, when I make a point, you always go...
That's such a redundant point.
How is that a redundant point?
There's a difference between you misunderstanding my words and me recorrecting your definition of something.
Argue, that's what came out.
If you don't argue a point, if you argue your point, that is something that you're asked to do in all exams. You argue your point.
For me, influencer is a very interchangeable term for anyone that makes fun on social
media. I use
media.
it, and I just group anyone.
And so does Nathan.
I just group it that anybody that like.
All I'm saying is, if I'm
oh, Marcello, please.
And someone else knows a little bit
What's
more,
going on so much?
Martha's not an influencer. You can't describe her as that.
For me, you can't put it off dictionary. You have to be expected to be an influencer. Anyone can be an influencer.
There are definitions for the term, and I'm just saying.
Okay, how many followers be an influencer then? 999.7 or what?
I'd say upward of 50k. Yeah.
So anyone under 50k, if anyone under 50k is listening and you think you're an influencer, just let you know now, you're not.
I have 6 followers on Twitter.
I have 300 followers on Instagram.
I've never had a Twitter in my life.
Very, very well.
In my opinion, an influencer is someone that has the ability to influence people through their views on social media.
What?
Anyone?
So why are you going?
That's not a bad definition from Thomas.
I agree with you.
Let him hijack the conversation.
Would it be that it's 50,000 followers? No. Would it be that it's 100,000 followers? No. Would it be someone with 10k followers? No. It's whatever they post on that platform can influence people in the word.
I agree.
Followers actually. So you're making let you know now.
I agree with
Like what's all that when it's like told me, Molly me, they don't have their belt. What do you mean? I don't
Are they influencers?
Me?
Well, why is it such a big deal? It's like, and this Marcello started the whole thing.
We can do that. We're here. If you want everyone to just tiptoe around the conversation, don't do it in here, because it's not happening.
Molly, mate,
hijack today.
Yeah, she's right though. Why is he getting so het up about
I
it?
find it.
That's sprung to mind. I'm really sorry.
I think they're influencers. If they influence anyone to do anything, that's an influencer.
I find the same thing you do to me. Whenever I talk about something or raise my volume, I'm being aggressive. I'm not being aggressive. I'm just having
Not aggressive. I think you're being
I'm having fun in the conversation and I'm raising the volume for a bit of fun. I do it once in a blue moon. Let me enjoy myself.
Marchie, I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I don't think you're joking right now. That means you're not the person that you think you are to me. That upsets me because I thought we were good friends. So then
He's having fun.
I'm enjoying myself, and you did it to me on the table the other day, and I was upset with you for doing it.
How is that enjoyable? Just fighting.
Have a little drive back. I'm being aggressive, and I don't like it. I actually find it a bit rude. Because I think you hear my London accent and you judge it for being aggressive.
Nothing to do
then what
with
is
that.
it? Because
you jump in and you jump in.
But let me jump in as a friend. Let me enjoy myself. I'm having fun. I'm not being rude to
you don't even crack a smile. I can't tell if you're joking. That's what I struggle with.
I crack smiles throughout this.
She can't. I mean, I understand why
they label me as aggressive because I don't like it.
I apologize. I just said it's the wrong word.
I apologize, but please not again because I don't like it. That's what upsets me.
Okay, I
apologize. Talk without you going, oh, I think you're being aggressive, and then it ruins the mood because I'm not being aggressive.
You're ruining the mood.
No, I won't be able to get out my words.
I don't know what the word is, but I think it's a bit much from having a conversation, and then you start shouting, and I don't understand what's going on.
One time. We're in a house full of opinions. I never
Baked
come
potato
around.
looks
I'm having
lost.
a bit of fun.
Do you not think
So
it's
does
not
Ali.
everyone's having fun with you?
They look embarrassed.
Have fun as well. Jump in.
But you're saying I'm having fun, but everyone's Are you confused?
I don't know what's happening.
Exactly. Look,
You don't need to get Ali involved. You're the one who finds me aggressive.
I said I apologize. I don't find
And you're meant to be my friend in here, but you're throwing.
The word to describe. Look, he's here again.
So there was a cut there, was muted. Now he's coming back to the conversation.
I know, we just said,
That's fine, but I've held my tongue about it so many times. You've done it to me many times. And
I haven't called you aggressive.
You have many times. Every time I have an opinion, you label me as aggressive.
I haven't called you aggressive before, I don't think.
He's already said this.
The other day, you said you're coming across aggressive.
No, I said you're sensitive, I didn't say you're aggressive.
But either way, every time I speak back, I'm
you can't always
sensitive
be
or
aggressive, and then you say, actually, no,
but either way,
sensitive, not aggressive.
you shut me down by sensible. Don't do that. It's not nice. I'm talking to you. If you don't know me, you don't know me. But don't claim you're my sister, you understand me, you're my best friend in here, and then shut me down every time I speak to you. Because I don't like that. That means you don't understand me, and that's a whole other story. I wouldn't do that.
I'm getting hit up just watching this.
I've jumped in on a conversation. We're in a Big Brother house. Anyone can say what they want to say. I'm not doing no filter stuff. I've come in here. I'm in my opinion, and I may be wrong, and I'm open to be wrong. You have got her wrong by describing her as an influencer. I might be wrong. I might be.
She wasn't using it as a derogatory term.
Oh, I know, but I'm just, for whatever reason, I wouldn't describe her as an influencer. It's like describing me as a footballer because I play football. Okay. It's just not right. She's not an influencer. And it was the topic of discussion. I said I wouldn't describe her as an influencer, and I'm telling you why. Doesn't make me aggressive because I have an opinion on it.
No, I understand the point you're trying to make.
It does make you
I
aggressive
think
if
the
you
Sunday
won't
League football thing is a good comparison.
quiet.
However, it's not what we were talking about. And we weren't talking about Martha being an influencer or not. We were talking about her personality and how she might sometimes feel pressured to be a certain way. But actually there's more to her.
But what's the pressure to feel a certain way? That's what I was getting at. Like, I don't...
You weren't getting at that, was it? You wasn't.
This is not me slandering Martha. This is because some people were accusing Martha of being a bit false, and I was in defence of Martha, just saying, actually, she does have a personality that she presents to the world, but actually there's a lot more to her. She's complex, she's sensitive, she's got emotions, she has difficult life experiences, she's had struggles. Like, there's so much more to her than this, like, bubbly, fun person that she puts out on TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is, and that actually something she shared with me was that feels like pressure sometimes. So
Fully agree.
Yeah, so
Fully agree.
Ali's got a very good way of putting
about
things.
Martin, I think maybe you caught the wrong end of it.
Yeah, I was just saying,
What were you saying,
Can I just
Richard?
ask my one little
Get
topic
out.
off on this one, because I have to quite, but Martha said a lot of things like, in terms of her appearance, like, oh, I just look a mess today, and it was a... But for me, it came across like a deliberate mess, because I don't think she looked like a mess. I'm not saying that, like, the chat, if that's what you think I meant, but I didn't. I think her persona, from what she described to me on TikTok or whatever it was that she just, like, pulls her hair back, and it's just, like, woken up out of bed, rumbled out of bed, and onto TikTok. And I think that was false, because in here, she was very active in telling everyone, oh, look, I've just come out of bed, and look, I'm such a mess, oh, Slay is giving, and I'm like, oh, fuck off, like, it's just too much for me. Like, it's, do you know what I mean?
No,
no,
I think,
Excellent.
I'll tell you for why. I think if you claim it yourself,
Yeah.
you own it.
Sorry, there's so
But
many
that's what
flies
she's
around.
doing.
I think that's what she's doing. I think if she says it about herself, then that's hers.
I think she was matching what her persona is from the people that follow her on whatever social media they do to in here, and she was making sure that it was consistent in here, and that's what I think, and that's why she spoke about it so much. Like, every time I seemed to, like, speak to her, it was like, oh, I'm just giving, like, oh, I'm so, and I'm like, oh, shut up, like, I can't be asked.
I think Martha felt insecure.
Oh no,
being
Marcello's
around
back talking.
What she deemed as a lot of beautiful women and feeling how she did, and that's what she was bringing to attention. That's how I felt from what I gathered from her.
I didn't think that at all.
I think, like, as long as you, if you say it about yourself, and you,
10K on TikTok.
Like, because they're being themselves. That's my number one thing.
But I
And
felt
didn't feel
like Martha
doing
was
that.
herself, but I feel like
I
she
don't-
had quite a few different sides to her. I
What's he
feel
doing in
like
the
a lot of
background
people, like, I don't know one person who has one side to them, like, that's them. I feel like everyone has so many different sides to them.
That's right.
But I felt like she just had loads of different...
Okay.
I think when Martha, where the what's the word I want? The confusion about Martha started to arise for me, even on a simple level, was with the Hannah thing.
Yeah.
When you see a really nice, loving person, and then when it came to that confrontation, she was like, "Go get your wingman, Shegan." And then,
did she say that?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
get your
she did
wingman,
say that.
Shegan. And I was like, whoa, like
Oh, I didn't
to
know
be
that.
a loving character and then show that side of you.
That's the real side.
That's
like that.
I wouldn't say it's the real
So he
side.
does
I
agree
would
with
say
Nathan, or he doesn't?
It conflicts with the person that you're portraying, and then it can lead to people asking questions.
Right,
It's like,
okay.
so you're not the lovey-dovey person, because that is very contradictory. That tone, that everything, that whole confrontation, very contradictory to the person that was presented.
That's what I mean. Like,
Oh no, what's he doing? So he's like, again, another cut. Look, he's trying to pour ketchup on Sarah now. Look. Let's put some baked potatoes, got it. So, we saw none of this last night. And now she's running to the fridge to get something to throw at him. Look.
Sarah, no.
This was actually how it ended.
Tell them.
I didn't, Sarah. Sarah, I've had a shower tonight.
Sarah.
I've had a shower tonight. I've had a shower.
Why does she want to spray it on her?
Sarah, please, I had a shower tonight.
Sarah, fuck off.
I'm coming to myself.
Oh, shut up, Sarah, you mo-
I had a shower tonight. I've had a shower tonight.
Fuck off, Sarah. I'll fucking get him on you. Fuck off. Don't you dare.
I don't know what was said that wants her
Sorry for
to...
offering your service.
That makes one of them.
It does frighten people.
Sarah, I'm a fucking fight. I'm fucking fighting anyone.
Yeah, that...
Okay, I don't quite know what happened at the end there, but I don't know whether that was her getting her revenge on Marcello or someone said something else that upset Sarah and she wanted to get revenge on everyone. But you see what I mean? It was a very long conversation. And to be quite frank with you, after watching it, I now want to go let off steam somewhere because it's driven me up the wall. I think Marcello was just being antagonistic and he decided for some reason to just dig his heels in and be belligerent and difficult. For no reason at all, because it's really annoying when someone interrupts a conversation you're having and they're not prepared to have spent time listening, understanding what's going on before they give their opinion. And he just, I think what his problem was, he was in a bad mood, he's grumpy, and he had issues with Sarah. But rather than do that behind closed doors or away from the cameras, if he can find anywhere away from the cameras, he decided instead to just take it out on Sarah in front of everyone, which was not a good move.